Parliament doesn't usually meet on weekends. It's a rare sight to see the House of Commons bustling with activity on a Saturday or Sunday, but sometimes really important stuff happens. Events so critical that they demand immediate attention, regardless of the day. That's why, on April 12, 2025, politicians gathered for a special emergency session. The urgency was palpable as they filed into the historic building. They were there to talk about British Steel, a big company that makes steel in the UK. This company is a cornerstone of the nation's industrial sector. Keir Starmer, a top politician, wanted to introduce new rules to help save British Steel from closing down. His proposals were seen as a lifeline for the struggling industry. This was a big deal. The atmosphere was tense, with every word and gesture scrutinised. It showed just how serious the situation was. The livelihoods of thousands of workers and the future of an entire industry were at stake. Everyone knew that the future of British Steel was hanging in the balance. The company's fate would affect not just its employees, but also the broader economy. The decisions made in this emergency session could have a huge impact on the company, its workers, and the entire country. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the outcome would be felt for years to come. So why is everyone so worried about British Steel? Well, it's about more than just jobs, although those are super important too. Thousands of families depend on these jobs for their livelihood. British Steel is vital to our national security. It's not just an industry, it's a backbone of our defence infrastructure. That means it helps keep our country safe. The steel produced here is used in military vehicles, protective barriers, and more. We need steel to build things like ships, which patrol our waters, planes, which secure our skies, and even hospitals, which are essential for public health. If British Steel closes, we might have to rely on other countries for our steel. This dependency could make us vulnerable. And that could be a problem, especially if we ever had a disagreement with those countries. Our national security could be at risk. At the heart of this crisis are giant ovens called blast furnaces. These massive structures are the backbone of the steel industry, operating at incredibly high temperatures to melt down iron ore. They're used to melt iron ore, which is a key ingredient in steel making. The molten iron is then processed to create steel, a material that is essential for countless industries, from construction to automotive manufacturing. The problem is, Jingye, the Chinese company that owns British Steel, might be planning to shut down these furnaces. This potential shutdown has sent shockwaves through the industry, raising concerns about the future of steel production in the UK. Once a blast furnace is switched off, it's really expensive and difficult to get it going again. The process of restarting a blast furnace involves significant time, effort, and financial resources, making it a daunting task for any company. Some people worry that if Jingye shuts down the furnaces, it will be impossible to restart them. This has led to widespread anxiety among workers and local communities who depend on the steel plant for their livelihoods. And that would be the end of steelmaking at the Scunthorpe site. The closure would not only impact the local economy, but also mark the end of an era for British steel production, a legacy that has spanned generations. The government knows how serious this situation is. They're deeply worried about the workers and the future of British steelmaking. That's why they're thinking about new rules that would give them more power to step in and help effectively. These rules would let the government tell steel companies in England what to do to protect important sites like the one in Scunthorpe. It's a bit like giving the government emergency powers to make sure British Steel doesn't completely disappear.